Hey, it's been a little while since I made a video. I've just kind of been playing other games.
They were in this room. Pushing. Oh, I got shot. Killed. There's one guy in the corner. Oh my god, pick me up. Ethan, you're an insane person.
And you know, a lot of things happened with Guilty Gear Strive, but I'm trying to get back on track and make things again. This is gonna be a pretty informal little video. I don't have a script written for it or anything, but I found a replay of mine from really early when I was starting to play Strive. I think I'd only been playing Strive for like a couple months at most at this time. And I thought it would be really interesting to look at all the little mistakes that I make in this replay and use it as an opportunity to illustrate things that you might not want to do when you're a new player. A lot of these things will be inevitable, like you're gonna do it anyway, but seeing the thought process, you know, with my current better decision making versus my old very bad decision making, I think will be pretty interesting. So getting into the replay, it's me versus a Mei, a character that I used to struggle against quite a lot, and you're gonna see real fast something interesting. Let's stop right there. Out of all the things that I could have done on round start, immediate DP into immediate burst, not the best option. I could have started this off with one of Kai's good round start moves like 2S or far slash or something, but instead I chose to DP here. I don't know why, but lesson number 1 has already popped up, and I think it's pretty important to think about. What round start options are good for your character, and what round start options are good versus another character. Like 2S might be a good idea to use with Kai versus Mei, but 2S is not the best idea to use versus, say, Nagoriyuki. So knowing your round start options and what you want to do versus the other character is pretty important. So I'm gonna restart this round, and we're gonna let it play from here. Already I want to point something out. You can tell that I'm afraid in this replay. Like, I'm not pressing any kind of advantage, I'm just backing up, and Mei is just getting to do things to me for free. It's very important to assert yourself in neutral and actually do things that the other person has to think about and respect. If you don't create a response for the sort of things that the other character wants to do, you're just gonna let them walk in on you, and that's exactly what's happening if we watch this. Here's another thing that's really important to point out. Know a very basic combo in general. It can be anything, really, and it's not very hard to learn a simple combo. But you can see right here, I land this 2H and don't really do anything with it. I immediately like special cancel it, and that's the end of my combo. Sure, that's fine, but it would be way better if I did even a very simple combo. There's another thing right here that I want to point out as well. I do far slash on this person's wake up. Now this is a good idea, and I'm gonna give my old self a little bit of props for this. Clearly I'm thinking about Okizeme. Clearly I'm thinking about attacking someone on their wake up. But far slash is not the best option for this. It's probably a good idea for you to look into and consider and think about what your good Okizeme tools are. For Kai in particular, 5K is a good option. Close slash would probably be a good option, but far slash is not the best option here. So good that I at least tried something on this person's wake up, but bad that I didn't exactly know what was a good idea to do. Again, figuring out which moves are good to use for Oki is a good thing, and you can find that information on Dustloop or just by watching people online. Another good thing that I want to point out, I try to keep this person held down in the corner. I'm jumping a little bit too much, but I at least am cognizant of the fact that they're gonna try to get out and I need to hold them here. So again, that's a really good idea. Once again, do you see how much I'm just running and not aggressing? I clearly have no idea how to fight this character, and it shows because I'm just not being aggressive enough. I'm respecting far too much of what Mei can possibly do, and that's allowing her to just get away with things. No response again, just letting her run block strings on me. And more of this, like, not knowing what to do, just kind of getting hit, not presenting options. This is another thing that I've noticed a couple times that I want to point out. I get a soft knockdown here off of Stun Dipper, and now watch what I do immediately. I try to jump in, and if I look at my inputs over here, it looks like I tried to do jump dust or something. I'm not really sure what I was trying to do here. While it can be a good idea if you know how to do a safe jump to jump in on somebody on their knockdown, this was not the situation for that, and I probably should have just run up and put some very basic pressure on this person. Doing this and jumping and trying to do weird random shit is not getting me anywhere. You can see it gets me hit. Oh god, that hurt. And please, please think about when you're using your burst. Do not just like randomly throw out your burst or mash buttons like when you get hit. Your burst is one of the most important resources that you have in Guilty Gear. You should actively think about when you want to spend it and whether spending it will actually be beneficial for you. In this situation, when I have this much health and I'm down a round, it's just a bad idea to spend burst here because I'm not actually locked into a combo or anything scary yet. If I start to lose a little bit more health and I'm trying to win the round and trying to make sure that this Mei doesn't beat me, then yeah, sure, maybe it would be a good idea to spend burst. But it's definitely not a good idea to spend burst getting counter hit launched into the air nowhere near the other person and just completely wasting it. Now, I did have the foresight here to at least attempt an anti-air. You can even see that I pressed punch several times and tried to 6P, but it just didn't happen in time. But I at least tried to anti-air this person. That's something very important to think about when you first get started. You need to think about what moves in your toolkit are good for anti-airing people, and try very hard to react to people jumping in on you. Just beating people's jump ins will win you a lot of games, because players who are beginners don't understand that you shouldn't necessarily be jumping in on somebody constantly. Oh man, so I get knocked down here, and this person is able to hit me with a meaty close slash. It probably just would have been a better idea in most situations to just block on wake up. It is surprising how much you will improve if you just block things. Like, someone gets you in some long fucked up block string, just hold down back and see what happens. When you're waking up and someone's running up to hit you, just hold down back and see what happens. It can be a little scary if you think someone's gonna mix you up or if someone's gonna grab you, especially if they have meter to, create a combo off of it. But mashing on wake up here is just a bad idea overall. So block more. Think about blocking more often, especially if someone is gonna hit you on your wake up. You can also see I am fucking mashing over here, like every button on my controller. It would probably be a good idea to clean up your inputs. Think specifically about what you want to press and press that button. This will come with time as you learn what your character is capable of, and you sort of collapse your mental stack into several good options that you know will work in a lot of situations. But please don't just mash. It's a very bad idea. And another thing that we just saw here, think actively about how you want to spend your meter. In Guilty Gear, you can spend your meter on supers, you can spend your meter on, Roman cancels. When I have this low amount of health, risking it all on some insane Hail Mary super is just not the move. What would this possibly get me if it landed? This beats someone trying to just run up and hit me, sure. And what I get out of it is a hard knockdown and maybe some, wake up pressure. But if I miss this, I am completely just out in the open and this person can do whatever they want to me. It probably would have been better to be a little more restrictive, a little more careful, finding situations where you can set up your more risky stuff by using safe things is always a good idea. It would have been better for me to run up and land a hit of some kind and then use that hit to combo into my super if I wanted to use a super in this situation. So there are a lot of things in this replay that I thought were important to pick out, and hopefully some of the stuff that I discussed helps you think about your own gameplay a little bit more. But the biggest thing that honestly that I want to say is, wow, I am so much better currently than I was when I played this person. And the fact that I can look at all of this and point out things that I'm very clearly doing wrong shows that I have experienced some kind of growth. I've gotten better at this game. And it's very important to keep in mind that in the beginning, you're gonna make so many mistakes. You're gonna do a lot of stupid shit. I did a lot of stupid shit in this replay. But the more you play and the more you learn, you will figure out what's good and you will do better things and you will improve. It can constantly feel like there's so much information out there. It can constantly feel like, you're not good and that you're never gonna grasp all this stuff. But I wanna make something extremely, extremely clear. You can learn things and you can improve and you can get past this point in your fighting game journey. And honestly, I think that's just the most important thing to keep in mind. So hopefully you learned something by looking at this replay, and I hope to make some more videos soon, especially with Street Fighter on the horizon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.